Another question that keeps coming up is what's happening globally? And all of us, I mean, it doesn't matter where we are, we're really sensing and feeling and seeing what's really happening. I mean, there's something going on. And the question is, what's really happening? I mean, we see that things are not feeling the same anymore. We also see there's so much unrest in the governmental level and the financial level. We're seeing so much unrest with people in all the different parts of the world where there are, strife going on, creating wars, creating chaos. We also see that a lot of natural events are happening, and some of it can be unnatural. But in a sense, what we're looking at, there is definitely a movement that's going on throughout the whole world at this point in time. Our weather patterns have changed. What's happening on the planet in the sense of volcanoes, what we're having with earthquakes and so forth, what we're having in also when we're looking at the unrest that people are experiencing in different parts of the world, where there is much more chaos, it seems like, coming through. And it seems like also, if we go on, there is so much more coming to the surface now, things that have been hidden and things that have been somehow sheltered from us one way or another, and all of it is coming to the surface right now. And the other thing that we're also noticing is that there's powerful changes that are going on within ourselves. And many people are feeling not only being challenged emotionally, but they're also starting to feel confused and so forth. So the question is, what's really happening? What's happening globally at this point in time? Well, I'm going to cover that right now briefly, and then we can go through it more deeply in any of the other programs. Is that basically right now we're going through a very powerful transformation on the planet. And this transformation is being affected in all levels. So the planet itself, nature itself, we are being affected. All the structures and control systems that are in place, everything that we've created as a fundamental background and a facility or system within ourselves is all going through a massive transformation at this point in time. And the question comes in, why are we going through this transformation now, such intensity compared to any other transformation we've had before? Because, I mean, we've gone through many, many, many cycles. And just to go through it very quickly, this is a completely different state that we're going through. Right now, we've come to a maturity. We've come to a point in time where we are now looking at our lives, looking at the way we've done things in our life, and we're really challenging it to say, okay, how does it serve? How do we feel about this? Do we want to be part of this game the way that we were before? Are we right now satisfied with what we've created up to this point in time? And I know everything has served and everything is perfect and we cannot make a mistake in any way, shape, or form. And anything that we've created, no matter how much polarity, how much darkness, density, or what we can call right and wrong, that we've played, good and bad, and all of that stuff that we've played with before, all of it was part of our experience and part of it of what we've agreed to bring in as part of our experience on the planet. However, that's all changing right now. So this is being reflected all over the place. You also notice that there are certain things happening also with our solar system and so forth, where there's a lot of adjustments in the planets and so forth. And that's all part and parcel of what really taking place. So we're going through a complete restructuring. And we've called it forth. We are deep inside, who we truly are is called forth for this because we're ready for it. And this is not only something that's happening on our planet here, it's happening in our complete solar system, but it's also happening in our galactic system, being in our full galaxy, and it's also happening in our universe at this point in time. So we're going completely, what we're looking at is an upgrade. And this particular upgrade right now is to match what we are choosing to experience. It's like this. We have a certain stage. For example, if somebody goes to a play or something of that nature, you now set the stage to match whatever the play is going to be. Now, the characters will get into costume and they will take on their roles and they go on stage and play the role in their costume on the stage or the set, you can call it, that is now matching what if that time is trying to be reflective. However, what's happened at some point in time, when that play is done, when you're done playing that and you now want to take on a different play, you want to create another theme, another story, then of course the actors now take on new roles, the costumes change, and of course the stage changes. Now we have to understand planet Earth is basically a playground and schoolyard, which is just a huge stage. The costumes are our physicalities. And of course, the role that we take on is what the mind perceives and expresses and experiences through it. So right now, we're going through a complete transformation. Now, I know we go through transformation on an individual basis, one by one, and we do that through the different cycles from birth till now. And then, of course, as we continue to play, as we continue to move forward, guess what? We go through this whole process at this time that we go through this transformation. But this time around, this transformation is now encompassing the whole stage. It's not only our own stage. It's not only our own life stream. Now we're going into a collective life stream. We're looking at the whole planet transforming. Because we're going for a major new set arrangement. And we're all upgrading. Now, when we're upgrading the costumes, that means our body is also upgrading to operate with higher frequencies, to operate through a higher consciousness, to be much more fluid and playful and free to bring in this new role that we're coming in. Of course, the planet now is energy and the frequency and also the nature itself, and all the restructuring is to again match the new role. So that means the staging itself, the whole set, is being transformed. But not only that, everything on it, including the animal kingdom and so forth, are going through this powerful change right now. And the next part is the computer, which we use our mind. That is also going through a transformation at this point in time. What is the transformation about? It's actually now going through a rewiring process so that it no longer operates in the old operating system, because basically we operate on operating systems. So at this point in time, we're also upgrading on our operating system. But one other thing that comes in, and now we're also streaming a level of consciousness now, which is an awareness that's coming through of sourceness, which is basically your higher self, who you truly are, that is also coming into play at this point in time, so that you can now play a completely different role, but much more awakened rather than the sleep state that we went through before, which was all perfect in the first place. However, now we're choosing to be more conscious that we are source, embodied in a physicality, and we've come here to play. So basically, that's what we're going through at this point in time on a global level. So as we're going through that, you're going to notice a lot of the structures that are in place are going to change to match it. And that's what we are seeing. What's changing right now is everything, all the role playing behind it. All the structures that do not match this new role that we're taking in is also going through a transformation. So therefore, we're going to see things transform, we're going to see things taken down, we're going to create something new, and all of it will match our new state of being. And that's what we're going through at this point in time. More details are shared in our other videos, audios, and materials that are provided within the website. Feel free to check them out.